congregation. I'm Reverend Steve Allspock. It's my privilege to welcome you here tonight to a very special evening that we're calling Hanging with the Hinks. So it's great that you're here to hang with the Hinks tonight. It's a special benefit program for our music program, which is such a vital part of this congregation's life and has many connections to the community overall. So we're very, very grateful tonight to Brett and Mindy for sharing their love story with us in such a creative and fun and musical way in a cabaret style. So I hope you enjoy cabaret tonight. And we also want to thank the cabaret committee for all their efforts in planning the evening and for serving us tonight and for all the servers who are part of that team of assisting us this evening. And finally, we want to thank each and every person who's here for coming and being part of this joy. It's a debut performance, so it's very supportive to have you here and very special to be together for this performance. And thank you for coming. There are a few kind of words of wisdom that I've been asked to share with you. We do ask that you turn off your cell phones completely so that even if the vibration comes on, it can disturb the PA system. We don't want anything disturbing the sound tonight. Of course, restrooms, if you're not familiar with the church, are straight ahead, and then keep going to the right. Two rights, and down that hall are the restrooms. Our fire exits, you can see, are lit up. And we also would ask that you keep the center aisle, which looks very clear right now, but if you keep that clear, there might be some movement going on tonight. I have a feeling, so we'd like to ask that you keep that clear. All right. Well, many of you know Brett Hinkle as the choir director of the First Congregational Choir and Music Program, or director of the Sharon Community Chorus. But tonight we get to meet him as part of that dynamic couple called the Hinks. So Brett, would you come on up? So, on behalf of us all, I have a question for Brett. How did you and Mindy come up with this idea for this kind of performance? How did you come up with the concept of Hanging with the Hinks? Maybe you're one.
So, how long do you want to be here?
The short version, perhaps, we'll let you show it to us.
As many of you probably know, Mindy and I have been musicians since it was second grade when we started piano. Her was certainly elementary school. And we've done a bunch of these fundraisers in the past for previous churches that I've worked for, as fundraisers. Most of the time it was with other friends of ours. We would have maybe 10 people involved. We would just sing a bunch of songs to raise money for it. The previous church was also raising money for their piano maintenance and purchase fund. So here we are again. We just decided, we've been working for a while on becoming an official duo and an official act, cabaret act. So tonight is our first go at this show. We've been wanting to essentially come up with, because we are high school sweethearts, come up with a show that explains how we met, how we getting engaged, the wedding, things like that. And that's what you're going to learn about tonight, our childhood events in our childhood, things like that. So we took, this is a shortened version of a show. We probably started with 100 songs. that we liked figuring out. There's a few melodies in here. So there's more songs than you think that there actually are. And I always like the idea of the programs being a surprise. People not being in the program, but sitting in the audience, just sitting and listening and enjoying the show. So you will learn throughout, before we sing the song. In most cases, you'll actually learn which song we're going to sing. In some cases, not. It'll be a surprise, and that's the way I like it. So anyway, the idea came up from us and our history of being musicians, and the fact that we've been together since high school. It's now 25 years together, 18 years married. Thank you very much.
Well, I think that's our introduction, and I think we're ready to go. So, without much further ado, Hangin with the Hinks.
And also change the slide. Thank you. Uh-oh. Haha. Technology when it works. Charge! Charge! You're with me now? Charge!
Sopranos.
Keep watching all the rings around. Slumbers not my spears. Keep watching over the slumbers not my
Altos.
Keep watching slumbers not my sleeps. Keep slumbers not my sleeps. Keep watching over Israel. Slumbers not Welcome to our show, Hanging with the Hinks, High School Sweethearts.
And that is a mouthful. But first, some introductions on vocals and percussion. My lovely wife, Mindy Eagle.
And on the keys, my husband and high school sweetheart, Brett Hinkle.
Together,
Tonight we will tell our love story through a wide range of musical styles. I'm going to undrum.
speaking of a wide range of musical styles, that opening number was quite an interesting combination of music. As Mindy explained, tried to explain in the middle of the medley, it was we were trying to relive the moment we met. I was leading the district chorus rehearsal on one side of the room with you watching over Israel, and in the same room, the marching band was finishing up their rehearsal where she was playing the drums. And it created a sound not too different than what you just heard, and it's actually the only explanation I can give you for why we would ever put them together at the same time. As Mindy, I'm leading the rehearsal, Mindy walked across the room, and caught my eye, but not only I was then surprised to find out actually that a bando, as we called them back then, could sing.
Yes, but I made an even bigger impression as I was leaving that rehearsal. I, in attempt to say goodbye to this new handsome young man I just met, knocked over 3 music stands on my way out the door. I was so embarrassed. I was 14 years old.
And I was a 17-year-old radio runner.
Moving on, as you may know, Brett is also the music director here at the church, and tonight we hope to replenish the music fund as it was depleted by the recent purchase of this brand new digital piano. Now, temperature and humidity at this church wreaks havoc on your average acoustic piano, and this brand new digital piano never needs tuning and suits their needs perfectly. is of an adult nature, but for tonight we kind of tried to keep it tame. Minister in the house. And number 2.
Feel free to eat, drink, get up, move around, and just enjoy the show.
These are the only 2 requirements for a cabaret, so otherwise, anything goes. Times have changed, and we often been round the clock since the Puritans got a shock. When they landed on Plymouth Rock, if today any shock they should try to stem, instead of landing on Plymouth Rock, one land on land. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking. Now heaven knows anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better words, now only use forgotten words, bracket prose. Anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, black's white today, day's night today, when most boys today, the women cry today, are just silly gigolos. So though I'm not a great romancer, I know that I'm bound to answer when you propose. Anything goes. When Grandmama, whose age is 80, in nightclubs is getting maybe when she hellos. Anything goes. When mothers pack and leave for fathers because they decide they'd rather be tennis pros. Anything goes. If driving fast cars you like, if those flowers you like, if those kicks you like, if those nips you like, if they rust you like, or be dressed you like, well, nobody will oppose. When every night the set that's smart is getting trimming in nudist parks in studios. Anything goes. This is called dancing. The world's gone mad today, good's bad today, the black's white today, day's night today, when most guys today, the women cries today, are just silly gigolos. So though I'm not a great romancer, I know that I'm bound to answer when you propose. Anything goes. You say your prayers you like, you bring prayers you like, you old chairs you like, you backstairs you like, you love affairs you like, you come bears you like, nobody will oppose. So though I'm not a great romancer, I know that I'm bound to answer when you propose. Anything goes. Anything goes. Well, times certainly have changed. Technology. Oh, I don't think the escape worked. Yes. Uh-oh. You can practice and practice and practice. No, it's not green as it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be green. Oh, I think you should do it from now on. It's well worth it. There's some very cute pictures of young Brett in this slideshow. Well, I can always go down it. Oh, hold on. Now it's going every individual. There. 1972, we travel back to when this hunka burning love was born. Oh, night, I feel my temperature rising. And it was through my soul. Oh, you're gonna set me on fire. My brain's fading, I don't know which way to go. Your kisses make me higher, like a sweet song of fire. Like my longest time, burning love, like I get all this colors on. Ooh, I'm my temperature rising. Help me, I'm flying, it must be 109. Burning in love, it's just not me, smoke, but I feel fine, yeah. Kisses lift me higher, like the strings of a fire. 'Cause I'm not alone, burning love. Your kisses lift me higher, like the strings of a fire. That's not long, it's like burning love. Just a hunker burning love. Just a hunker burning love. Burning love. It's freezing.
And 3 years later, along came the love of my life.
Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort. It is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble, when you are most alone, the memory of love will bring you home. Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer, it wants to show you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memory of love will see you through. Oh, love to some is like a flood, to some as strong as steel. For some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go. And some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like an ocean, full of conflict, full of pain. Like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever, I know my dreams come true. My memories of love will be of you. When it came time to choose a song for my birthday, that had to be the one. All right.
So we thought it would be fun to share some childhood highlights. And so we're going to, some of my greatest moments before we met, you were about to see.
We hope. Yes. tries it again. And the ball goes up and the ball comes down. He swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. Baseball falls to the ground. He makes no excuses, he shows no fear. He just closes his eyes and listens to the cheers. Little boy, he adjusts his hat, picks up the ball, stares at his dad. Singing, I am the greatest. The game is on the line, and he gives his all. One last time, and the ball goes up with the moon so bright. He swings his bat with all his might. The world's as still can be. Baseball falls, and that's to right the reed. Now it's summertime, and his mom calls. Little boy starts home with his bat and his ball. Says, I am the greatest. That is a fact, but even I didn't know I could pitch like that. Says, I am the greatest. That is understood, but even I didn't know I could pitch that good. So now, neither of us is really from the South. Pennsylvania really isn't considered South, but that song only comes in one key, and it's very hard to sing in that key, and the minute I put on my Texas twang, it was easy as pie. Now, from the South to the Midwest. Now, for my childhood story song, I chose one of the most recognizable songs in the world. I chose one of the most recognizable songs in the world, sung by many singers in multiple styles, even the version in ukulele. But the one we all know and love is the one that is the original. The song, the singer are inseparable. It's always will be her version that I hear in my head, because I personally identify with the song, as you can see in the scenario, as you can see in the photos. It's just simple. A little girl with her little doll, looking for some place where there isn't any trouble. Do you suppose there is such a place, Toto? There must be. Not a place you can get to by a boat or a train. It's far, far away. Behind the moon, beyond the rain. Walking on air, I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing or a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing or a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Now this was one of my favorite shows. It introduced the world to Bruce Willis, Mr. Dyer. It was on way too late at night when I watched it. Someone by night, some night by day. Nothing could change you, set and sure the way, charming and bright, laughing and gay. I'm just a stranger, love the blues and the gray. There is a sun and moon, they sing their old sweet tune. Watch them when dawn is due, sharing one space. We'll walk the night, we'll fly the day, moonlighting strangers who just met on the way, who just met on the way. And the grass they ripped. Exciting and come aboard. We're expecting you and love, as sweet as we born. Let it push. It looks back to you. Still feeling taking another run, but I'm going. Promise is something for everyone. Seven was for adventure, my mind on a new romance. And love won't hurt anymore. It's an open smile on a friendly shore. It's love, welcome aboard this Well, that was a fun walk down memory lane. Now, we do not have slides for this next one, so we'll just turn it off. It'll go through the intro. So now, high school relationships always seem to have one degree of separation. That's very true. And when we met, we found another coincidence and have termed this since the love quadrangle. See, love. At the young age of 14, I had sworn off boys. While trucking down the road, like, now that my hope seems gone, I just move on. I had broken up with my drumline boyfriend. But when I can find a single star to hang my vision on, I just move on. each other, only to find out that both of our previous exes also were exes. Just when it seems we're one with dreams and things have got us down, we don't despair, we don't go there, we hang our bonnets out of town. Get my truck? No? So there's no doubt we're welcome to run life's marathon. 'Cause we move on, we just move on. Some things are good, we can't stay put, we just move on. Yes, we move on. Were you able to follow all of that? I hope so.
So not knowing that Mindy had sworn off boys, I was very persistent. I kept writing her notes and they would get passed to her through a bando friend of ours. This next song is told from the perspective of me thinking that Mindy's playing hard to get.
It's called Quizás, Quizás, and it also satisfies our Latin requirement for the evening. It has different sounds, too. Siempre que te pregunto que cuando con el hombre tú siempre me respondes quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo te estás esperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás. And sometimes in your head, pensando. Cuando cambia tu tierra, hace cuando. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás. In English means won't admit you love me, and so how will I ever know? You always tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. A million times I've asked you, and then I ask you over again. You only answer, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can't make your mind up, you never get started. I'm tired of what you find out, because it's broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, 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 perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. So here we are, we're about to wind down the first act, and I found it hard to get with Fred for as long as I could, but on Thanksgiving Day in 1989, I found myself at the family dinner table with my sister who had newly been married with her husband sitting there, and I said, oh, what the heck, I might as well go out with that guy just so I can have a date for highlighting some of our highlights of being a couple. Hopefully. Keep dancing, right? It's worth it. So we will highlight some of the wonderful things that happen with a couple, and then go straight into the wedding, okay? Here we go. On our feet or clap your hands, this is the same music that we're going to pump this off at one point, right? Right, so many songs. All right. It feels like the first time. Wait. It feels like the very first time. It feels like the first time. It feels like the very first time. For me, it feels like the first time. For you, it feels like the very first time. It feels like the first time. It feels like the very first time. Now, it took Brett forever to move in on his first kiss and even longer to tell me he loved me. Please sing along on this one so I don't sound quite so ridiculous. Don't have to be beautiful to turn on. I just need you by baby, from dusk till dawn. Don't need experience to turn me out, yeah. You just leave it all up to me. I'm gonna show you what it's all about, yeah. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm walking out of a weird. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Gotta. I think I'm gonna dance. That's dancing. Women are girls, the rules of love. I said they rule the world. At your age, mama, not your shoes. I don't think we could do twirl. You don't have to rush down the sea to have an attitude. Yeah. You just leave it all up to me. My love, be your yeah. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm on the kind of win. I just want your extra time and your does he love me? I wanna know. How can I tell if he loves me so? If he's like love, sing. If he's like love, he wanna know. He knows love is that's what it is. Oh, singing, say, oh, strong, he's wanting to break. Oh, he's on. You wanna know if he wants to come and sing his kiss. That's where it is. Oh, and sing his kiss. That's where it is. Oh, hugging and squeezing tight. Find out what you wanna know. Is it love? If it really is, it's that his kiss. How about the way he asks? Oh, that's not the way that you're not listening to all I say. If you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. Time to get out the lighters. So my father, my father had strict rules about not being able to date until I turned 16, and particularly I was not allowed to get into the car. So our first official date wasn't until 2 years later. Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean too crowded and full. So we ended up at all places, McDonald's. So it is a running joke between the two of us that whenever we have something big to celebrate, we can't decide which restaurant to go to. We just look at each other and say, well, we can always go to McDonald's. All kidding aside, after our gourmet dinner, we went to see a movie, and the theme song for that movie was this song. And it's become our song ever since. I'll be there. I'll be there. There's no love like your love. I know other could give more love. There's nowhere unless you're there. All the time, all the way I'm dying for you. You know it's true. Everything I do, oh, I do it for you. We actually went to Brett's prom before I turned 16, so you guessed it. My father dropped us off at the ugly white station wagon, which I'm sure you've seen in these photos that are going around. We went to numerous proms afterwards, but Brett's first prom had this as its theme song. Just when I believed I couldn't ever want for more, this ever-changing world pushes me through another door. I saw you smile, and my mind could not erase the beauty of your face. Just for a while, won't you let me shelter you? Hold on to the nights. Hold on to the memories. I wonder I can give you more. Well, I think that I've been true to everybody else but me. And the way I feel about you makes my heart long to be free. Every time I look into your eyes, I'm nervously aware that the someone I've been searching for is right there. Hold on to the night. Hold on to the memories. I wish that I could give you Hold on to the night. Well, we did hold on to the nights and the days, and after all this time, every day still feels like the first time. Feels like the first time, like you've opened up a door that never before. Feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time. Feels like the first time. Now, 7 years later, he popped the question. I made him ask it twice. You know. So we decided to get married. We chose the 5th of July as our wedding day so that we would always have fireworks, but one moment we didn't promise. Wondering what these are for? Get it out. Oh yes, yay! Here we go. And then it shine just on the night like a flood of July. Steady on fire, you were. Come and show me what you were. Make the love right now as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're on fire, you were. Come and show me what you were. Make the love right as you shoot across the sky. Come to the chapel and come and get married. Come to the chapel and come and get married. She will love you and come and get married. Come into the chapel and love will be love. Sky is blue. Love. Birds will sing as if they do. 2 days a day. We'll say I do, and we'll never be lonely anymore. Why? Because we're called to chapel and we're called to get married. Called to chapel and we're called to get married. She will love you and come and marry. Come to chapel. This next song is my mother-in-law's favorite. Make our hands one. Make our hearts one. Make our hearts one last vow. All eternal part us now. Make our lives one life. Take after take one life. Night begins, love returns. One heart. We We're going to see you after a 15-minute intermission. It's going to be exactly 15 minutes.